So let's talk about how to create a tape diagram for a more complex equation, and then how we would use that tape diagram to help us solve. So when I look at my problem here, 4x plus 7 equals 27, I know that the diagram altogether represents 27. And I know that that 27 is made up of 4x plus 7. So I have 4 x's. So I'm going to make 4 boxes that are about the same size since they represent the same value. And then the rest of it is 7. So I'm going to use that to solve. When I look at this, it looks like I'm doing x plus x plus x plus x plus 7 is 27. So if I need to figure out what x stands for, well, I know 27 and I know 7. So if I added something to 7 to get 27, I'm going to subtract the 27 and the 7 to get 20. So this 20 is what all of my x's represent. All x's represent. So I know that all of my x's, there's 4 of them. So if those 4 x's are 20 altogether, well, that means that I did 4 times something to get 20. So I'm going to do 20 divided by 4 to get that x is equal to 5. And I can check that if I wanted to. Instead of writing 4x here, I could write 4 times 5 plus 7. And we're going to see, does it really equal 27? Well, I know that 4 times 5 is 20. And then when I add 20 to that 7, I do in fact get 27. And so since that worked, I know that my answer is correct. So let's try something else. Let's take the equation 4 times the quantity of x plus 7 equals 60. So I'm going to create my rectangle for my tape diagram. And I know that whole thing represents 60. And this time I see in my equation that I have 4 x plus 7s. And that's it. I don't have anything else after that being added. So I'm going to take my 60 and I'm going to split it into 4 boxes. And in each box, I have this x plus 7. And that's it. So now we need to solve. So here's the hard part. I need to figure out the numbers that I know. When I look at this diagram, it looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 4 x's. So I'm going to say that I have 4 x's. I know that I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sevens. And if I do 4 sevens is 4 times 7, that's 28. And all of that equals 60. So since I know that something plus 28 is equal to 60, let's subtract them. 60 minus 28 is 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. 32. So I know that my 4 x's need to equal to 32. Well, since something times 4 equals 32, let's divide by 4 to see what we multiplied by. And it looks like I get 8. So x is equal to 8. And let's just double check that that works. I'm going to take my original equation, 4 times, instead of x, I'm going to say 8 plus 7. Let me make that look a little bit clearer. 8 plus 7. And we're going to see what equals 16. So order of operations, we'll do our parentheses first. 8 plus 7 is 15. And then 4 times 15 is 60. So since this works, I know that my answer is correct. So let's do one more. Now I have 4 times the quantity of x minus 7 equals 60. So again, my entire box is equal to 60, or represents 60. And then I'm going to split my 60 into 4 equal boxes. And each box represents x minus 7. And now that I see my 4, right here in my 4 boxes, I have my x minus 7 in each of those. Let's solve. So I'm going to combine my like terms. I see 4 x's all together. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 7s. So I'm going to take away 4 times 7 is 28. And that equals 60. So since something minus 28 is equal to 60, let's add the 28 to 60 to see what we needed to subtract from. 0 plus 8 is 8, and 6 plus 2 is 8. So that means my 4x represents 88. Since 4 times something is 88, let's divide 88 in 4. And we get 22 is equal to x. Let me fix that too. And again, I can double check. So I'm going to go over here to my check. And I'm going to do 4 times 22 minus 7. Is it 60? So we'll do our parentheses first. 22 minus 7 is 15. And 4 times 15 is, in fact, 60. So that works. So I know that my answer is correct.